Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Sam. If you're new here, welcome and thank you so much for stopping by. Welcome to another episode of Sassy or Sweet. This is a little series that's brand new to my channel actually, and this is going to be episode 2. Let's go ahead and get into the plant care for the plant that I've chosen for this video and determine whether she's sassy or sweet. The plant that I chose to talk about today is actually Skindapsis, particularly Skindapsis Pictus exotica, which is my favorite variety of Skindapsis so far. So this is my favorite Skindapsis that I currently have in my collection. I've talked about her a lot on this channel, but she's grown quite a bit, so I figured it couldn't hurt to show her off a little bit more. I have a couple different varieties of Skindapsis, which I will show you guys. This started out as a little cutting from one of my friends, and she's now a full, beautiful plant. So the exotica is the larger leaf Skindapsis, and it also has this beautiful silver on it. I started out with just the Argyrius that I found at my big box store. That one's been the most difficult for me. I don't know why, but she's been the most finicky. I also have a larger pot of Skindapsis Pictus exotica, which I will pop on the screen and show you guys. That plant was a rescue. I actually found her at my big box store. She was heavily underwatered and neglected, so she doesn't look the hottest, but she's recovering really well and putting off new growth. I couldn't leave her in my Kroger to die, okay? I also have this little cutie. This is Skindapsis Pictus Silvery Ann. This was from my same friend, and it's grown a lot. Look how beautiful her leaves are. This is her newest leaf right here. Gorgeous. She's rooted up really nicely. I also have this little Skindapsis Triviae Moonlight. This guy was in the mail for 7 weeks last spring, and he had one green leaf left. Whenever I unboxed him, the rest was a pile of dead leaves. The roots were healthy. I potted him up, and it has taken him almost a year to recover from those 7 weeks in the mail and start to grow again. But these are both newer leaves that he's put off over the last probably 6 months. It's been a while, guys. And he's been trying to unfurl this new growth point for quite a while, and finally it's busting out of the sheath and starting to unfurl, so that's really exciting. I would love to have a full pot of the Skindapsis Triviae. I am really proud of this little baby, and yeah, he's super cute. So maybe one day he will be a full plant and we'll have a heck of a story to tell. But for now, this is what we're working with. I still love him nonetheless. He definitely seems to be my slowest growing Skindapsis, and he's a little bit more finicky than my other varieties, but the silver on those leaves is absolutely gorgeous. I'll pop in my Argyrius as well. She's right there on top of my fridge, but she does not look cute. Not the cutest anyway. Let's go ahead and get into the care. How do I care for my Skindapsis? So when it comes to lighting, Skindapsis, sometimes referred to as a silver satin pothos, their care is kind of similar in a sense, I guess. So these guys can do really well in lower light situations. So if you have a spot that doesn't get great lighting, that you just want to put a beautiful plant that's going to cascade and trail and liven up that area or corner, you can definitely stick a Skindapsis there of any kind, and they'll probably do really well for you. I have noticed the brighter the light you give them, particularly the ones that have this beautiful silver on their leaves, the brighter the silver will be and the more silver you will get on the leaves. Brighter light just equals more vibrant colors on our plants in general. But yeah, these can range anywhere from lower light to high light. I don't think that these plants really have an issue with getting too much light or burning. At least I haven't experienced it. They have really thick, durable leaves. I don't think that's a great word to use, but it's the only thing I can think of right now. They have very durable leaves, so they're not going to scorch or burn super easily. So if you want to place them in a higher light setting, that should be just fine too. For watering, this is another really vocal plant. She will tell you when she's thirsty, so I've noticed this with all of the different varieties of Skindapsis that I have in my home. Whenever they need a drink, they do start to curl their leaves. Their leaves will just start to curl in like this and give them a good drink, and they'll straighten their leaves back out and look beautiful again. Humidity, not really an issue with the Skindapsis genus. It's just not. They don't need high humidity. They don't have any specific humidity requirements. They really could care less either way. Maybe they'd grow faster in higher humidity, but honestly, they don't give a crap. which is definitely a very good thing. I can appreciate that about this plant. As for pests, I have also found my Skindapsis to be pretty pest resistant, and by that I just mean they don't really get them. I don't think I've ever really had a pest issue with any of my Skindapsis varieties. Similar to my pothos, they don't really get pests either very often. I would say they're pretty hardy when it comes to pests. For their soil mix, these plants definitely do like to dry out. They're not going to like having wet feet whatsoever, so just keep that in mind. A nice chunky like aeroid mixture should be just fine for your Skindapsis. If you have a Skindapsis similar to this guy that only has really one trailing vine, well, mine has 2, 3 now at this point, 4 maybe. Okay, mine has several at this point. But these plants do have a habit of growing kind of long and leggy, particularly the Argyrius. They tend to sometimes get kind of bare at the top of the pot up in the center. So if you want to encourage your Skindapsis to become more full and lush and fill out the top of the pot, as well as push out new vines to cascade over the pot instead of just one trailing vine, you can definitely chop these right at a node. You can then put that cutting back in this pot to make a fuller plant, or you can make a new plant all of its own if you prefer that. But that will encourage your plant to push out new growth points all over and become a lot more full and have more trailing pieces. Chopping for this plant is definitely something that I think is necessary, especially over time. If you're going to keep them for a period of time, over the years they will become leggy and ugly. So yeah, definitely does not hurt to go ahead and give this plant a good chop, a good pruning. It's good for them really, and it helps them to push out healthier, larger growth as well. So all in all, I would say the Skindapsis genus is a very easy houseplant. They're also very rewarding. They tend to grow pretty fast in my experience as well. There's many different varieties that I see out there that I would like to have and collect in my home. So maybe one day, maybe I can get some of those cool varieties. But for now, I'm very happy with the beautiful Skindapsis that I have currently in my home, and they bring me a lot of joy. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being sassy and 10 being sweet, I give this girl a solid 10, just because you don't have to worry about pests. They don't really crisp up their leaves or lose foliage very often. So if you're an underwaterer, they should be just fine. They're not picky about their lighting, and they don't care about humidity. So an absolute joy to grow and a wonderful plant to bring into your home. Yeah, 10. She's very, very sweet and very, very beautiful. I'm just happy to get to show her off and talk about her today because she definitely deserves it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Feel free to leave your care tips down below. If I forgot anything, left anything out, drop it in the comments below. And also leave me a comment and let me know what your favorite type of Skindapsis is. What kind do you have growing in your home? Yeah, that's gonna be it for this little episode of Sassy or Sweet. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.